Baggedmilk, how you doing today, brother?
You have no idea how much I hate you right now.
We might be drinking beer right now in 30-degree weather.
I'm sitting here listening to Kiss. I'm sitting here listening to Kiss, but I can also hear you guys. And you're talking about Grant showing up with beers. I'm freezing, and you're sitting at a Sandals resort, and I have to talk about the Oilers again.
The Oilers losing, we should point out.
Yeah. And how many cans of Beets you've been eating. Yeah, unbelievable. Hey, listen, I do have a question about the season's over, right? We can pretty much all sit back, pick another team, and move on and then start thinking about next year, right?
Firstly, I'll never pick another team. I'm Oilers till I die, but to your point, I mean, yeah, they're more than 10 points out of a playoff spot. They have to jump, I think, 5 teams. It's not a good look right now. And
no.
What I would personally do is just end the season now, and then we'll skip forward until October.
Well, we got to play the All-Star game because McDavid's a captain, right?
There you go.
At least we get to look.
What Oiler fans are looking forward to.
Yeah, at least we get to look forward to. There's 2 things to look forward to this month. There's a break coming up next week, and there's also the All-Star break coming up later this month. So I look forward to having some days off twice this month.
Okay, so now, listen, Bagged, at this point in the season, they're going to start throwing around names, blaming people. There's going to be a scapegoat, I'm guessing. Or do you think this team sort of just settles in and tries to get through a pathetic year and then, gets back at it? Or do they start throwing people under the bus and firing coaches and management? And is there going to be any of that, you think?
Well, I mean, I think we've already gotten to a point where the blame game has started. Peter Chiarelli did his his press tour the other day where he basically stopped in at every station and said the same 10 words over and over again. So personally, I've been blaming him since the season. I think the construction of the roster is flawed, and that falls on nobody other than the GM. Todd McClellan can only work with the pieces he has. I mean, if you're into construction, you can't build a house if the supplier gave you a handful of jelly beans. So that's where we're at, and I think that as far as the players go, we're at a spot in the season where it's gut check time. How are you going to finish the season? Are you going to care? Are you going to go out and play like you care? Or are you going to mail it in for 40 games? And I think that's pretty much what we're going to watch right now, because the guys that are mailing it in over this last stretch, they're going to have to go.
Is there any deals out there that you've maybe heard about that you could see the Oilers making, pulling them?
I mean, there's horrible ideas. Like, everybody's idea is terrible. I mean, yesterday on radio, there's one of the local guys talking about maybe moving Andrei Sekera for Brent Seabrook, which is ridiculous. Seabrook's 32, can barely skate. He'd probably be as fast if he had one leg. He's signed until the end of time, and it doesn't make any sense. So we're getting to crazy town now. We're pulling up into the station, and that's just kind of what it's going to be like for the rest of the year. It's just going to be absurd idea after absurd idea.
People throwing things out there.
Yeah. Listen, Bagged, we're going to let you go because we got to go find a pool and start drinking here very, very soon. And I want to let you know.
Work to do.
I want to let you know all this week we have been thinking about you down here.
Well, I appreciate that. I'll go find a pool myself. Maybe I'll go take a twirl, maybe a dip at City Hall or something. I'll chip through the ice. I'll get in there.
You'll find yourself a nice can of Beets. And
oh man,
cozy up.
It was can number
nasty,
18 last night, and I'll tell you, if you're super into farting and gambling, and you want to try to do both at the same time, eating Beets every 2 days is an excellent way to get you there.
Welcome to the life of James, by the way. He gambles quite often with farts.
Listen, you got to make sure you tell your significant other and you and everybody at Oilers Nation to listen at the 7:10 and 11:10 and 4:10 mark, so you guys can win one of these trips to Sandals Grand Antigua. Okay?
Yeah, maybe invite us down next time. Like, I'm sitting here in your studio, actually darkness.
It would be awesome to have like a group of people come down with you. Like that would be fun. Anyway, thanks for your time today, big guy.
Don't get too sunburned, boys.